beautiful, but it's ruthless. Jeff Bezos is worth $191.7 billion according to Forbes. And we have homeless veterans living underneath highways who have dedicated their lives to our country. America does not care what you have done for it, it only cares what you have done for yourself. Credibility, I worked at a asset management group this summer, McGowan Group Asset Management. I learned about finance world and how the rich people stay wealthy, quite frankly. I mean, there's a system to it, definitely. I will get into that in the next slide, actually. But got a lot of my information from the Social Security Administration, so you know it's accurate because you know those people have everything on you you've ever done in your life. So yeah, and my life, because I have just seen the opportunities I've been given because I've been blessed to be in a good family who has placed me in a good situation for jobs and connecting me with people. And that's just the fact of the matter. I wouldn't be where I am today without being born in the situation I was born into. So I know wealth is generational. This system, rich people stay rich for a reason. And it's hard to lose at your own game because the founding fathers were all rich and they built this financial system that we still use today. I'm trying to see the musical Hamilton, but they detail a little bit of how he built the system, but it favors the people that built it, okay? These people were slave owners, okay? They were wealthy. Like, they had all the money in America. Like, they're the ones that were intelligent enough to read. Remember, not everyone could read back then always. Like, they wrote the rules to their own game, and that's why they are so successful at it and continue to be successful at it, the same type of person. So more money equals more wealth, obviously. More income you have to throw into investments. Instead of pay your rent because you're struggling to get by, there you go. You can buy an apartment complex instead of having to feed your kid McDonald's every day because you can't afford it. I mean, it's just a light and day comparison, or night and day comparison. And you can't change it. That's how it is. Money, money, money. The average annual wage in 2019 was $52,000 roughly. Average median was $34,248. That's $17,500 different. That's over 50% difference skewed to the rich. That is a huge wage gap, is my point. That is ridiculous. And the fact that, so basically, the actual average American makes $34,000, but the average salary is $52,000. So you do the math there. Numbers don't add up. Oh, source for that, Social Security Administration. There you go. Did I mention that? Family ties. No one cares about your GPA. They care about who you know and what are you doing for us and why are you here, ultimately. I mean, it matters, how'd you get here? Like, why should I hire you? Like, what's it gonna do for me in my life? And let's just do this. 4.0 GPA versus some friend. Raise your hand if you would hire someone with a 4.0 GPA over your best friend. Raise your hand if you would hire your best friend over someone with 4.0 GPA. Okay, about half the class voted, great. Once interviewed, a referred candidate has a 20 times higher chance of getting hired than someone who applied online. So look at it that way. If you don't know someone, odds are you're not getting hired there. That's just stats. 20 times more likely, actually. So there you go. And letter ATS, my source for that. Death and taxes. Death is guaranteed, taxes are not. So they gotta go together, but they don't. The saying is not real. The rich use tax write-offs to save major money. I'm gonna get into that in a second. But charitable donations count. Your favorite billionaire that donated to whatever Black Lives Matter campaign last June, they probably did that for tax reasons, ultimately. Like, it looks great for PR, and they know that, and everyone's gonna love them for it, but ultimately, probably for tax write-offs. That's money back in their pocket and good PR for their company. Death tax loophole, comes in the asset management group I worked for. Worked for them. Basically, you put the money in a giant account linked to your kids, and when you die or when you're living, you transfer it over to them. So you basically avoid the death tax, and the money is generational and keeps going. It's beautiful but evil at the same time. Steve Ballmer, that's my example, owns the Los Angeles Clippers, made $656 million last year. He paid 12% tax, and LeBron made $124 million and paid 36% tax because he got to write off buying an NBA team for taxes. Like, he didn't pay taxes because he bought them, and that was considered a loss for him, so he got out of paying taxes. So he gained one of the most profitable assets in the world and got a tax break because of it. So think about that. Also, source of that, ProPublica. The rich will stay rich, and there is nothing you can do about it. Capitalism is a dog-eat-dog system, and hard to beat a system built for the wealthy. I mean, you can't beat something when you're not playing when you don't have the keys to the game. I'll put it that way. Average annual wage is 50% higher than median. Can't forget about that. I mean, that is the craziest stat of all. I think that just shows the wage gap more than any reason I can bring. So 20 times more likely to get hired to a referral, and the rich don't pay taxes like the average American. Thanks for listening. Hope you're